Hey everybody, hi, my name is ILAH Brock. This is Most Things Hypnosis. You are live at 5. Thank you all for joining or watching on the rerun. You'll always be able to find me on my YouTube channel at Central Valley Hypnotherapy YouTube channel. And always, please reach out. So today I have a very special guest. I met this lady today, actually, and we've been talking for hours. And sometimes you can just meet somebody and just wow. Anyway, and I'm going to bring her on in here in a few minutes, and we're going to talk about frequency, vibration, not vibrator, guys. Shame on you. And energy, vibration, frequency. Emotions, etc. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. But first, there's always a but first segment with me, that providing I can find one. And so here, just some silly things like I have actually this question thing that I came up with, I found not too long ago, and I posted it on a private hypnotherapy page that I'm at. And now I'm just going to share it with you guys here in just a minute. But I saw this little icebreaker thing with, I'm going to ask you just a question. It could be rhetorical. You can respond later, send me a text, whatever. If you had to use a fake name, what name would you make up? I mean, ILAH is pretty out there, so I don't think I'd have to make up my name. People sometimes don't believe it's me. Even today, I was sitting at a meeting and someone looked at my little flyer and like, can you give me your name? I'm sure this isn't you. It's like, yeah, it is. I thought that was so cute. But yeah, think of a name, or if you were at a clandestine meeting and you had to come up with a fake name, what would that be? Anyway, so I found this, discovered this by accident, this little list. It's 101 solution-focused questions. Literally, there's 101 questions. Where am I? I'm not even seeing so. There's 101 questions on this. It's Elliot Connie's 101. I don't know. I don't even know who Elliot Connie is. ElliotConnie.com. But he has 101 questions, and they're all done by category. So there's the desired outcome question, there's scale questions, there's resource talk questions like what do you do for fun? The desired outcome questions might be, what are your best hopes from ? Or what would your closest friend hope? What would your closest friend hope be different for you? Okay, forget that question because it's written badly. What do you wish would be different as a result of you being here? Like say if they were in my office. So you can ask yourself that question. Part of it is I can't see. What do you think? Now, when you go into any therapist's office, it's like, well, what do you think? They're asking you to help them. And what do we typically do is we answer their question with the question. Well, what do you think? I do that. What do you imagine? I work with imagination and emotions as a hypnotherapist, and so it's so much fun. What would you like instead? So I get through these are questions that I already ask my clients sometimes, or a lot of times, probably most of the times. Once I found were fun or relationship. How did you meet? Once you met, how did you first notice the potential for a long-term relationship? And if you're not noticing that and that's what you're going for, bail, quick, alert, red flag. How did you know that your partner was also interested? So when you meet somebody, if you haven't yet, how would you know that somebody would be interested? What did you first do to let your partner know you were interested? These questions go on and on and on. A scaling question would be, how do you know? Oh, on a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, your desired outcome, where are you on that scale? You want to start a business, XYZ, and where are you on the development of that business? And whatever you say, answer the next question. How do you know you're not a 0? How do you know? If zero's not started at all and 10 is you're raking it in Trump style as far as the money. Don't get offended, people. Not trying to be political here. Hey, Robert. Robert Tatangalo is also known as Santa Claus. He's my Santa friend. What have you done to prevent the situation from going down the scale if you're trying to move yourself up? Anyway, there's a bunch of questions. If you'd like a copy of this, just send me an email or a text and I'll be happy to send this to you. So my phone number, I'm going to actually change my name, rename. I'm putting my name and my phone number right here on my, so when you look at my picture, as we go, you'll see my phone number and my name are right there. You can always call me anytime. Okay, so on with our show. So today I met a fascinating woman, it's just divine appointment, I think, is why we met. Her name is Maureen Valette Mancha. Is it, how do you say your last? Valette?
Valette.
Valette. Oh, accent on the wrong syllable.
Valette.
She is a board certified holistic health practitioner and a certified bioresonance technician. She helps people find the root cause of illness by looking at frequency imbalances in the body and utilizes light, sound, energy, and frequency technologies, as well as detox and supplementation protocols to help them regain homeostasis. We know homeostasis, that's such a cool word in my realm of world. Maureen's story began within the four walls of her home when an undetected water leak created a storm of toxic mold, and she became chronically weak, also with a brain fog that never seemed to lift. After seeing dozens of doctors, she finally found one who diagnosed her with mold toxicity and Lyme disease. The high cost for treatment is what led her to go to school to learn the methods to heal the body on her own. It was through her school that she has also learned about several other technologies which she uses in her business today, including Biocharger and G, Quest 4, O2 Wizard mold, and the O2 Wizard mold machines. Welcome, Maureen, and thank you for agreeing to be on my show today. And we're going to talk about everything about what you do and how you do it. And I hope you have time. Pour yourself a cup of coffee, people. This is going to be exciting. So you talked about a little bit that you had gotten sick before, and that's what kind of led you to this. How exactly did that work when you were kind of led in this direction? The doctor did use the machinery on you or use the techniques on you, or how did that work?
No, I actually I kind of narrowed it down to, it has to be mold or Lyme. Like, I Googled until I looked like the picture next to the definition in the book, but they're both neurological diseases. So I found a Lyme mold specialist up in Northern California, and he pretty much just pegged me from an interview. Told us to test our house. Our house had 32 kinds of toxic mold, and there were only like 35 on the test. So we had it all, and it had been growing over about a 15-year period.
Oh my gosh.
So it was kind of silent but deadly. So
Yeah.
all of my children had symptoms too, but we all had different combinations of symptoms. So we never put the pieces together until they had grown up and moved out, and it was just me and my husband and one of my oldest child that was still there.
Okay. So what did you do to help fix and remedy the situation?
Well, I moved out, brought mold with me, cross-contaminated, had to sleep outside for 6 months, too toxic to go in any stores for a year. I took a lot of detoxing, which I learned how to do. After I got a diagnosis from an actual MD doctor who had been through it, my husband's first comment was, "How much is this going to cost to fix her?" So, and I was totally unable to work. So it was a big number, like 15 grand. And I knew that everybody else, I was immediately putting the pieces together and figuring out that my whole family needed treatment. And how could I just have treatment and not them? So that's when I started looking into school. I bought Rife equipment, and then I found a school that taught how to use Rife equipment and other energy devices, and just taught how to make protocols and how to detox the body, and how to look at
Wow.
supplementation, and bolster people up with the right kinds of supplements. And um, that's where I learned about bioenergetic scanning. And so after I graduated, the next logical step for me was to get a scanner so I could show you what it looks like and tell you
Yes,
about it.
please. Show us what we're looking at here.
So if you come to my office to get a scan, this lays on the desk. This is the scanner. You
Okay.
might either hold these copper handles to connect for a body scan, or these copper rods are attached by cords to the device. So this is just gives you the exact same, but same thing, but a longer cord. What the machine does is it looks at, well, first of all, everything in existence has a frequency. Even everything in our body, my computer, the desk, this machine, paper. If you can see it, if it exists, it has its own unique frequency, which means it's vibrating at a certain rate that's unique to that specific thing. So everything in our body, our liver cells, our blood cells, our hair, every single part of our body has its own unique frequency. And also, if we have any viruses, bacteria, pathogens, anything that really shouldn't be in our body, those all have a unique frequency too. So if you consider that all the good stuff and all the bad stuff is in a database, and this is really simplistic. I mean, I'm simplifying as much as I can. There's so much more complex things going on in the device that I probably don't even understand myself. But it's analyzing your every frequency in your body against every frequency in the database. So if you have something going on,
I'm going to ask you, stop right there. Are there more than one frequency going on at any given time?
Thousands.
Different. Wow.
Thousands of them. Yeah. Well, every kind of cell in your body, and every system, and every organ, and every kind of tissue, and all your bones and muscles, everything has its own frequency. And so that's more than I can count.
Okay, so now, does the same frequency that is in the liver, the same frequency for me as it is for you?
Yes, a healthy. So there is one frequency for healthy liver tissue.
Okay, or heart tissue, or eye tissue, or skin, whatever.
Actually, it'd be broken down even further into parts of the liver and parts of the heart. But
as far down as you can break it, you have there is a baseline of what healthy looks like. Exactly. And then anything outside of that, and there may be an issue. Okay.
Right. So we can look at things like what your deficiencies are. Sometimes that's really useful. People don't know if they're been around a lot of Wi-Fi. They're iodine deficient. They might know their thyroid's not right, but they don't know why. If you go to the supplement store, there's probably 30 brands of vitamin C, and even if you know you need vitamin C, everybody can take vitamin C whether the scan shows you need it or not, but some are going to absorb better for me than others. And a different brand might work better for you. So it is going to literally tell us brands, and you can bring your supplements into me, and I can test each one of them for you and tell you if it is resonating with you. If it resonates, it means that frequency is working with your body, so your body's able to absorb and utilize that product. You're not just it's not going in one end and out the other without doing you any good. So that's a really valuable, quick thing we can do for you.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. But you don't diagnose people. You just let them know there's an interruption in their frequency in that particular body part,
Yeah.
and you might recommend seeing their doctor or other holistic healer or something like that. Or
If I see several indicators for something serious like cancer or blood clotting, things that are dangerous or, potentially life-threatening, I cannot diagnose. I don't send people running scared, but I say, you have some imbalances in this part of your body. It might be a good idea to go to your doctor and have that
okay.
investigated a
What
little bit more.
when we were talking today, you talked about people sending you hair samples, and you can check their frequency with their hair sample. How does that
Yes.
work? What do you do?
Well, I can tell you the basis, but it gets into
I should
quantum physics,
I
and
should have given you a hair
that's
sample.
what I do know is with a hair sample placed on that little device that I showed, we call it the test plate. Um, it acts like an antenna and connects to your physical body through space and time. I
Oh
know
my
it's
God.
a little out there, but anyway.
Well, you're talking to the right people here, so
It's
you're
got
fine.
your DNA on it.
No, but you're Maureen, you're talking to the right people here, so you're fine. Absolutely
Okay.
fine. You're good company here. Okay, so you put the hair on, and it's as if they were there.
It's just as if they were there. Yeah.
Wow. And it's just as accurate. How long, if you've got like your little machine there, and you're holding on to the copper, either whichever way, how long does it take for it to give you a, I don't know, is it a reading?
The test results or scan results, whatever you want to call it. It depends on how many scans we run, and I probably, if I just sit and did all the, like what I would consider a full body scan, it starts out with a scan that we call the comprehensive, and that looks at, it gives us a picture of 15 to 20 things that your body says, we need to deal with this first. This is the most important things that your body wants to deal with. We can't handle dealing with what's over here or over here. These are the things. It's when we look at healing your body, it's like peeling off the layers of an onion. We
Right.
have to peel off the outside layer first. And if you have, the more serious or more compromised your health is, it takes more time to peel off more layers. So we start with letting your body tell us through the scanning process what things it wants to fix first or balance. We call it, we don't fix you, but we call it balancing or balancing your energy. And one of the ways that we do that is through taking the balancing frequencies for whatever comes up in that scan, and we put either we put it into we call this a remedy. This is just water with a like 5% alcohol for preservative. We put it into this, and then you would take drops usually twice a day for about a month, and that will balance out that first layer of the onion, so to speak.
Okay.
Sometimes there's other things like we check your food allergies and tell you what things you should stay away from for a month, tell you which things you're super low in. Maybe you need liver support, your liver's not detoxifying very well, or your lymphatic system might be a little sluggish. A lot of people need help with their lymph or their colon. And here's another one. This is actually a geode, but I like these because it's a type of a crystal which holds frequencies. So sometimes the scanner will tell us this person will do best by putting this in their water bottle. Sometimes it'll say this person's going to respond best by taking drops. Sometimes it's telling us this person's going to respond best by using these patches, which you would put one on about every 3 days and then change it out. Every once in a while, somebody just says, I want to do it this way, and I just go with it. But there's always one way that it recommends better than another. And every once in a while, I have some protocols where we imprint your frequencies into this vial. For instance, if we wanted to detox heavy metals from your body, we would run a scan of your body, find all the specific heavy metals that you have in your body, imprint them into this vial, and then this is a laser, and it actually shoots a line. Can you see that?
Mhm.
And so with because that line can be as wide as your body. So we sweep the body with the light shining through the frequencies. And that signals your body and your immune system to get rid of that stuff.
Wow. On the patches, let's go back to the patches for a sec. Are they treated with something?
No.
What
They're dime size. They're kind of like Band-Aid material, and there's no medicine on them. There's nothing on them until I imprint frequencies that balance you out.
Okay, and
So
then you
they're
just wear
made custom for you. And we can do these patches for all kinds of things, like you want to target knee pain, or you want to target I got a friend with breast cancer. Now I don't really take on cancer clients per se, but she's my best friend. And so
Right.
we do lots of these, and she'll put like a group of them all around the tumor. And a sprain on your wrist, it is very effective to put it, just imprint 5 or 6 of them and put them all on.
Wow.
It's just amazing what you can do with frequencies, because our body's built on them. Our system is frequencies.
You've uncovered a miracle. Wow. So, and there's a process in scanning doesn't hurt, right?
You don't feel a thing. Whether you're in person or remote, you do not feel a thing.
And then what's that big machine there? Is that to your left?
Yeah, let's see here. I'll try to turn my computer screen a little bit.
Talk to me. What is that?
This is called the, drop my bottle. I don't know how to get that in the screen. It's called a Biocharger NG. Well, okay, I'll show you the base, and then there's the top. So it's not lit up, but if I lit it up, it would disconnect me from the computer because it's very powerful.
Okay.
It actually is called a subtle energy revitalization platform. And what all that means is this thing, when it's on, these are all neon glass tubes. There's a Tesla coil running down the middle. It's emitting tremendous amounts of energy via voltage, pulsed electromagnetic field energy, light energy, and everything we do is non-invasive. So the energy comes off the machine and into your body. All you have to do is sit in front of it. That's it.
And for how long?
Oh, there's different programs on here that range from 10, 15 minutes. There's a couple that are 30 and a couple that are 5, but 10, 15 minutes is the average.
Okay. Awesome. And so you just, when you're done sitting in front of it, you shut it off, or it shuts off and it's done. So if you were only recommending 5 minutes, but you sat into it for 15 minutes or so, would that harm you more, or would that hurt?
No, I've done it for an hour at a time. And
okay. We were talking today, like when this machine, when dogs are around it, they tend to actually enjoy the frequency, because dogs do have, even cats or other domestics, they have their own high frequencies or low frequencies or whatever, and they can tend to. I can't wait to work with my dogs on this. This would be so fun.
There's no placebo with animals. So when I have animals come in, they lay down in the floor by their owner's feet, which is like 2 feet away from the machine, and their eyes roll back, not in a bad way, but like you're scratching your belly, like the most content, sweet little look on their face when they're and after a while, I've seen them get up and just walk out of the range of the machine and lay down across the room. It's as if they've gotten enough. They're full. Wow. And they're done, and they know it.
Is it loud?
Nah, not too loud, but it does make some noise.
Okay. So like I'm in my hypnotherapy practice, and if I had that machine in my therapy room while a client was in here, would it be disturbing or as far as the
In the
noise level
same room
goes?
with your
Yeah.
while you're doing therapy? Yeah, you don't want to do that. Your
Okay.
focus is going to be on this because this is going to light up really bright and flash,
Okay.
and
Okay.
yeah, it's going to
Okay.
be this will be the focus, not your therapy. You want it in a different room.
All right. Well, I was just curious. So if in hypnotherapy practice, it's something that would be done prior to or after, and then either the hypnotherapy first and then use the machinery or vice versa.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Robert, he disappeared. I wonder where he probably fell off the
Um,
line.
a
Go ahead.
couple of things that I recall off the top of my head. A friend came over and she said she'd been to the doctor for a couple of months with a ear. It just felt plugged and she couldn't. He says her ear's fine. He wouldn't get, she didn't have medicine. It wasn't solved for her at the doctor. And I said, well, I don't know, but I scanned her. This has over 1,000, probably over 12 or 1,300 different programs in it. And with my scanner, I've entered all these programs into my scanner. So what I can do is when I have a client in front of me, I can use the scanner to find which programs in this device will best match them and best benefit them. So I did that for her, and we ran a program, she went home, she said, you know what? I laid down to take a nap, I heard pop, water ran out my ear, and she goes, whatever you ran, it reduced the inflammation, and my ear's been fine since.
Oh, wow.
My grandson came over. My daughter was on her way to Valley Children's with him because from about mid calf down to his entire foot, he was 6, was just twice the size of his foot.
Wow.
And it was pretty scary looking, and he couldn't walk on it. So I said, look, I'm on the way to Valley Children's. You stop here. And I was already scanning him and finding the recipe that I was going to run for him. So we did that. And by the time she reached Valley Children's, well, before she left the house, it started going down, but she went on to Valley Children's. But by the time she got there, they said, there's nothing we can do. It's just not that swollen. I mean, it really wasn't. The swelling had gone down so much, probably 80%.
Wow. I'm excited. So everybody who gets to hear this, so Maureen and I have been talking like for hours today, having the best time.
Amazing.
And I am actually have invited her to join my practice here at Central Valley Hypnotherapy. And we're going to add a tag to that. We don't know what it is. This is still new. We don't even have a contract yet. We're just doing this. We're moving fast. And she needs an office and I need this. This is like, I'm so excited to bring this to Central Valley Hypnotherapy and just become just part of the whole, I don't know. You have no idea how excited I am. You guys are going to be hearing about this a lot. And there's going to be pictures before and after. We're going to create a portfolio. It'll be on the website. And it's just, I can't wait. And we'll be starting soon. And at some point, I mean, I'm going to be asking for guinea pigs, people. Be ready, etc. This is super exciting. So I'm looking at your card without my glasses, and it looks like a bunch of black dots. Okay. Oh, look at, there it is.
The print's too small for me. When I got him back, I put my glasses on. I said, no, too small.
Right. Quest for bioresonance scan, the biocharger, the Rife equipment, RIFE. It's invented by Dr. Royal Rife in 1920. This non-invasive machine utilizes very low electromagnetic waves to target specific vibrational frequencies and destroy pathogen activity in the body. So your stuff can help detect pathogens, parasites.
One machine detects them, and the other one, and others of them kill them, as the Rife particularly.
Well, ionic foot detoxing, lumen infrared light therapy, scan sound therapy. Now, somebody can mail you their hair if they wanted to. If you need to get a hold of Maureen, call me and I'll get you in touch with her. Some people can, you were talking, if I gave you the name and the birthday, and there was something else about
I need
somebody.
basic information to enter into the scanner, the Quest. I need
Right.
a name, I need your birth date, and I need an email or an address or a phone number. What that does when combined with your hair sample or your physical connection to the device is it creates a digital fingerprint.
Wow.
That is unique to you, as unique as your fingerprint is, and that is what connects quantumly through space.
I'm just like,
Even
so
if someone's on
enthralled.
the other side of the globe.
Yeah, our globe. Don't get us started on that globe.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a whole,
Yeah,
that's
force
a
a
whole other
habit.
conversation. Yeah, but we're going to have a conversation in the future about our globe,
That will be fun.
about the moon. We're just going to present thought.
I agree. That's a good
idea. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, just watch that movie, Wag the Dog. It's possible, especially in today's way. Let's see. So we can detect food allergies. We can detect if there's like, have you ever heard of body syndromes? It's like if there's something going on in your body that there's no medical reason why it's going on, it's possibly a body syndrome, and it's a syndrome of, a collection of symptoms. So, and there's different body syndromes. They're identified. So like from the shoulders up to the head, this whole area, it's called the crying syndrome. So if you have something going on in this area of your body that's just chronic and there's no reason for it, that you've medically tried to find a reason and you can't, it's probably a body syndrome. And they call it the crying syndrome for indecision. You have a decision to make, or something you don't want to see, or something you don't want to hear or say. Maybe you're choked up or whatever. I've had a body syndrome for a while, with my ears. It's like, I can't wait to try your machine. I want to find out what the heck is going on with my ears. Is it something I don't want to hear? That just, as you notice, I've been like, scratching my ears. I wake up in the middle of the night with my finger in my ear because it just itches. And so it's just kind of an interesting concept that, okay, so now this is for crying, and then you have the crying syndrome, the body syndrome for the torso, which could be, it's called sexual frustration, and it could have something to do with sex, could just be frustration, anger, whatever. And there's the syndrome along the legs or the arms, where you're reaching out toward, don't want to reach something, or you're trying to reach for something, or maybe your legs you're trying to run from or to, away from or to with your legs, and it goes even deeper than that. But like, say there are sores on your leg and they just don't go away. They go away and they come back. They go away and they come back. It's like they go into like a little, a 1 or 2 day remission, and then they come back. Something's going on and doctor can't figure it out. I'm thinking body syndrome, people with it, and I haven't studied a lot, and I will be having a guest speaker on soon about giving us more information on body syndromes. But it's a thing. It's like there's a reason behind some of the things we do, and this kind of parallels it. It sounds like something that it could be. Okay, so you have this, pain. Now I think it's arthritis that's in my hand, but it's not always flared up. Why does it flare up some days and not others? And when
something I see very, very common in joints, and people, I've saved a couple of people from knee surgery, and I had a friend in Canada because when I scan, the common thing I always see is toxins. I see 4, 5, 6 kinds of different toxins that, if our body has toxins in it long enough, it's kind of like, in my house, I have a teeny tiny house, and so let's say people are coming over and I got to stash everything in the hall closet. Well, so that things can function normally, because it
right.
clogging the aisleway, or you can't sit on the couch, you can't function normally in here, so I'm shoving in the closet. Well, your body has, if it has toxins hanging around long enough, and the older we get, we all have them, our body shoves that junk somewhere so it can function. It'll clog
Oh,
up our lymph nodes. It'll
oh
shove it in
wow.
our liver. I'm not, I never drank, but I had fatty liver because I had a lot of toxins from mold, living in mold for a long time. So um, it'll just shove them in joints. Joints are a top-notch place. So when somebody has pain in their knee, their toes, their hip, always I scan that particular joint, and I have never not found 3, 4, 5, 6 toxins ever. And
What
we've
if
got
somebody,
really magical stuff that can just move them out and get rid of the pain pretty quick.
so
In most cases, I mean, I don't want to say every time because then somebody will come in and I'll be the exception. But yeah, it works.
yeah, Robert just sent a statement chat. He's like, heavy stuff. Yeah, he left us. So I don't know what happened to Robert.
Oh,
Last week there were 4 or 5 people. It's a show that's been going on for a year, folks. And don't worry, I'm going to get a following. The universe is looking for me. I have no doubt. I have no doubt that I just love doing this show. And even though I only have, 1 follower or sometimes 2, but a lot of people end up watching it later on, and that's, fine with me. If somebody comes to you and they're not quite open-minded about the idea, because it does sound for some maybe a little woo-woo. Now,
yeah,
you are a Christian.
yeah.
You have a belief Jesus is your savior,
Yes,
Christian,
I do.
not just by name or whatever. You have a
My savior.
relationship,
Yes.
right, with your savior. So this isn't just a woo-woo thing, guys. This is an actual holistic modality that she's got a practice going, and I'm so excited to team with you to see how this is going to work. This is so exciting. But I wanted to, so someone comes to you, and whether they are of some sort of faith or not or whatever, but they kind of have a doubt about what all this is, and you give them the information and they don't believe it, so they can walk away. And here the recommendation is maybe you should, up your vitamin D, or here's the remedy, here's a patch of your frequency, just wear it for a few days, and they're just kind of rolling their eyes at you. It doesn't matter if there's something to heal in that frequency, it will do it, whether you don't have to believe it for it to work.
Your body responds to these frequencies that are put in your energy field, in your space, on your whether you're taking the drops internally, putting the patch on your skin, or lasering the frequency into your body. Your body, we're frequency beings, and when we need the frequency, our body knows what to do with them, which is usually our immune system taking them in and fighting off bad things and balancing out the good things.
Okay.
Bringing them
Gosh,
apart.
oh my gosh. So if you have questions, um, I'm going to put it in the chat. Come on, chat, open up. So what's your phone number? Wait a minute, hang on. I have it, but I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
M-A-R-E-E-N, Maureen's. Okay, let's try that one again. Let's see, M-A-U-R-E-E, Maureen's phone number is
559
uh-huh
826
826
2440.
2440. And I'm also going to put that on the YouTube channel. So give me a second here so I can make sure that YouTube has it there as well. That way people who watch it will have access to you. Okay, so they can get a hold of you there, or they can contact me and can get a hold of us there. That's fine. And she's happy to help you. We are here in the Central Valley, in about an hour south of Fresno. It's her office, where she does her practice, is here in Visalia as well. Hopefully we'll get to team up and be in the same address soon. We're gonna talk about those little details here as we go on, but I'm so excited. I've never heard of anything like these things, and so this is, and I say that almost loosely because I want to say there was a chiropractor that I went to for years. I don't anymore, obviously, but he he did a scan to show me where my parasympathetic and sympathetic, if they're right here at point zero, mine was like one would be way off over here and the other one would be way off over here. I don't remember which one's which, but they weren't in balance or whatever. And I just thought that was kind of weird. And then he charged quite a bit to have that scan done. And it would take probably 10 or 15 minutes, and it would show a graph. It would print out a little graph of where my sympathetic and my parasympathetic weren't crossing, where they should be, and then where they are. So this kind of does this fall in line with that kind of thing?
Yeah, except we, that would certainly show up in a scan, or we could target that if that was something somebody had a feeling they had an issue with. But we do much more than just that. Like,
oh, awesome. Yeah.
Very thorough, inclusive of the whole body.
Wow, this is great, Maureen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God, for putting her in my path. This is awesome. And looking forward to, we're going to be talking about this even more. All right, folks, thank you all for joining in. This is ILAH with Most Things Hypnosis. And I don't know what that sound is. Is that you? It sounds like, it almost sounds like a hose. Hang on, folks. Hang on. Let me see. Let me see if it goes away. It might be my distortion. Nope, that's not. Something's going on. It's like someone's. It's something. It's on my end. I can hear it like someone's spraying a hose. Sorry about the hose spray. If you can hear it, I don't know. Anyway, take care, everybody. You will see me next week on Most Things Hypnosis live at 5. My name is ILAH Brock, and it's been fun.